arguments.
Miranda versus Arizona. In 1963, Mr. Ernesto Miranda was a suspect in 2 felonies. The victim of the crimes identified Mr. Miranda in a police lineup, and he was arrested. The police then questioned him for 2 hours, and he confessed. His written confession was later used during the trial as evidence. Mr. Miranda's lawyer argued that his client's rights were violated because the police never informed him of his right not to talk to the police, and therefore his written confession should not be allowed as evidence. The Supreme Court heard 3 other similar cases at this time and combined them under the name Miranda versus Arizona in 1966.
We will hear arguments for the case of Miranda versus Arizona. Let's hear arguments from Miranda's team.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Justice. And may it please the court, I stand before you today because my client was put in jail unfairly. In this case, the police have gone too far. When my client was arrested and questioned, the police did not inform him of his right to have a lawyer present or to stay silent.
What's wrong with that?
The Constitution protects people's right to not say anything that could help put them in jail. That includes the right to have a lawyer during questioning, because lawyers make sure criminal suspects don't say things to hurt their own case.
There are at least 2 sides to every case. Let's hear from the state of Arizona.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Justice, and may it please the court, this is a case in which the police did their job, which is to fight crime. They arrested a man, and he confessed to committing a serious crime. People should be responsible for knowing their rights. That is not the job of the police. Getting criminals off the street and keeping people safe is their job.
But the right to stay silent is an important constitutional right. Why shouldn't we require that the police tell suspects about it?
If the courts require police to inform suspects of their right to stay silent, it will be harder to put criminals in jail. Crime will increase.
Very well. Before we continue, can either side tell us what part of the Constitution is at stake in this case?
Sure. This is about,
Your Honor, if I may, this case involves the Fifth Amendment, the right to remain silent.
That is correct. You will each have 4 rounds to present your case. Please support your arguments as best you can. At the end, we will decide which argument is most persuasive. Let us proceed.
one moment while I prepare, Your Honors.
Support cards help your argument. Present the best support card you have to the justices. Think carefully. Some supports are stronger than others, and some are totally unhelpful. If you aren't sure about a card, try the magnifying glass below it. You're about to discard all of the cards in your hand and will receive 3.
me to support my case.
I'll grant that support.
It helps to show why those arrested need to have a lawyer present in order to protect their right to remain silent.
Hold your applause until I'm finished. I hope you are prepared for this.
I don't see a connection to your argument. It does not support your argument that it is the responsibility of defendants to know their rights.
Let me find the right words. Allow me to support my case.
That doesn't support your argument.
Although the Supreme Court does look to past decisions, this case was not about whether or not criminal suspects should be told about their rights.
This will be so good. Here we go. You may as well stop now, you know.
I have an objection card. Should I? Objection! That support is terrible.
The support is perfectly fine.
This case helps to show why it is not necessary for the police to inform suspects of their Fifth Amendment rights. Courts look to similar cases like this from the past for guidance.
I am going to have to overrule your objection.
A moment, please, while I think this through.
Does this support card have anything to do with your case? Does this support card seem untrue? This might be a bad support card. Did you want to mark the card to remind yourself?
Get ready to be persuaded.
That doesn't support your argument.
Although the Supreme Court does look to past decisions, that case was about an entirely different issue than the Fifth Amendment.
You shouldn't rush genius. This case is too easy.
I have an objection card. Should I object? Objection! That support is terrible.
Don't be so sure. This support is acceptable.
Interesting. Can you share more on this?
This support helps show that,
A swing and a miss. Better luck next time. We're expecting to hear. If police tell suspects to remain silent, then they It was a good support, but you get no extra points for that confusing explanation.
One moment while I prepare, Your Honors. Allow me to support my case.
I don't see a connection to your argument. It does not help to show why suspects should be informed of their Fifth Amendment.
Hold your applause until I'm finished. I hope you are prepared for this.
I have an objection card.
A very clear and convincing point. It helps to show why it is not necessary for the police to inform suspects of their Fifth Amendment rights. Courts look to similar cases from the past for guidance, and this case decided a similar issue.
We have heard enough. In the case of Miranda versus Arizona, this court rules in favor of Arizona.